G'day, this is my first tutorial and I'm going to teach you just the basic interface of Blender 2.49 because I don't know 2.57 yet, so I'm just going to teach you some basic buttons. Well, to move the screen around like this, you just hold down the middle of your button, the mouse wheel button, hold that down, scroll in and out, press the left button, you can rotate things, you can grab things and move them like this. Right click button and then right click again, that snaps it back. If you left click and leave it left click, it will go to that, and then Control Z undoes what you did. You've got a light here, basically if you have it in shaded, it does the light on the cube. You can change its light, the shadow and what colour the light is of this button and these ones. So if you wanted the light to be red, the cube will go red. And if you had a plane, you can press space to add mesh plane, scale that up with S, bring this up a little bit. So now if you had this, which is your light, put that to white, you see the shadow, it's not there at the moment because we haven't rendered the frame, but if you go into this, you see that it has a red shadow. And the way I rendered that was F12, and basically that there is some of the interface for the objects. You can make animations if you go, not animations, I'll teach you what some buttons do. Anyway, you got down here is on the tabs button, you got your draw type, which is solid, which doesn't do shadows. You got shaded, which does shadows and lighting. And you got textured, which does shadows, lighting, and if you have any texture applied, it will show that onto your mesh or object. And then you've got over here this one, rotation. If you have 3D cursor, this box will rotate around the 3D cursor. So if you do this, you'll notice that it rotates around that. The medium box is in the middle, the middle of your mesh. Bounding box is if you have a bounding box, which is, I won't speak into it, it's a bit harder. Individual centers, if you have multiple selected things, it will rotate them both on their own individual centers. And the active object would be this one, and if it is this one, it'll rotate around that one, rotate around that one. You've got certain individual centers, that, and 3D cursors up there, so I'll show that around that. Basically, those are pretty useful if you're editing stuff, not really too much useful for when you're in object mode. You got this, which scales it in which way you press them. You've got those, and if you does the same thing, I think, if you scale them up, does it in the same scales. You've got global, local, or normal orientation, which is what were those again? I can't remember. Oh yes, that's right. If this is, you start off in global, if it's rotated like that, you notice that the thing, circle thing, and these stay in the same position. If you go into normal, you'll rotate it and do it into what way those are pointed. And I think I've got local, which I think is basically exactly the same as normal, but I don't really know the difference between those two. Then you've got view, which rotates, or puts it in the way of the view, of where you're viewing it. So those are pretty useful. Then you've got layers, which are these. So if these are on layer 1, if you want them to be on layer 2, you would press M, and then this will come up, and you'll see it's basically the same as that. Press that one, go OK, go on to number 2. No, press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go on to those. Take it back to 1. You've got wireframe. You've got, you can change the mesh objects or join them together. Control J. join them, and now they're both one mesh. Oh, and I'll press tab to go into edit mode. I'll go into all the edit things after this tutorial. Got Shift F, which flies your camera around to which way you want it to look. Got hold down Shift in the middle mouse button and it moves it. Same with, I think it's the same thing with some other button, I can't remember. Hold Control and zoom in and out with the middle mouse button. Got Alt, which does nothing, just playing around, seeing what things do what. Yep, that's probably about it, or the basics that I know of anyway. So I'll probably edit in some advanced ones, but I don't know. Well, that's just the basic interface of the objects mode. Thanks.